All right, welcome back to Drew Pearson Live. Now I'm joined by my good friend and my quarterback. My quarterback is here, Roger Staubach. Everybody give him a hand. Roger Staubach's in the house at Drew Pearson Live, man. What an honor, Rod. You know, I played with you, and I still think it's an honor to have you as a guest on Drew Pearson Live, man. Thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
I was your quarterback, but I feel like an eighth of a back now. So time goes by, doesn't it?
Yeah, it certainly does. And speaking of that, how are you feeling after being out of the game for so long?
Overall, but for my age and everything, I feel good. I work out. I don't run like I used to. I do elliptical machines and bikes, and just to break a sweat. Breaking a sweat is like a drug, you know. I enjoy being able to kind of rethink life when I work out and break a sweat. So I still, and that probably helps keep you around a little bit longer. So I don't know. I mean, that part of it is aging is interesting. And I watch my parents. They were I was an only child, so they were pretty young when they passed away, and so it's. But the football knocks. I think I'm in pretty good shape for an old football player.
Yeah, you took some heavy shots to the head, because a lot of times I'm at the end of those plays trying to help you up and trying to direct you back to the huddle as opposed to going to the sideline and that type of thing. And but no repercussions of that now. Do you feel some of that now?
I don't feel any of that, Tony. It's been
okay.
No, that's not going to be funny someday. I apologize.
Yeah, I hear you.
The number of concussions that I had, I think I'm fairly fortunate based on, but they were spread out over a period of time. The thing that really bothered me at the end, I got dinged a few times, and I was a little confused. I mean, those weren't the knockout deals where I was out of the game. I mean, you're confused and you don't know what you're doing. But when you get dinged, it's a confusion, but you're not knocked out. And I had too many of those at the end, and so that could have been the beginning of serious side effects if I would have played another couple years. But I was 38, and if I was 34, I don't think I would have retired. But concussions were a factor in retiring.
Yeah, and you had mentioned that, but also you felt it might have been time because you knew Danny White was behind you, and you knew he was capable of stepping in, and you knew in your retirement you're going to leave the Cowboys in good hands at that position.
That's exactly right. Danny was there 4 years with me, and he was a great football player. Danny took you guys to championship games, and he was ready to take over, and I really probably wouldn't have. Tex Ram actually asked me to sign for 2 more years.
Wow.
Good money, a lot more than I was making. It was the beginning of the '80s, and where salaries took off, and we had a good team. I mean, we were still positioned to be a good football team. But if Danny wasn't there, I probably would not have retired. But he was, he took over and did a great job.
So there's no truth to the rumor that if Coach Landry had let you call your own plays, you would have still played another couple years? That was
we kind of kidding around about that. You know, we coached, he didn't kid like I did, but he might have said, okay, Roger, you can call your own plays.
He told jokes, but nobody ever laughed at him, right?
It was hard to call plays because, you're bringing in, we had 3 wide receivers, sometimes 4 wide receivers. You bringing people in and out. We went to the shotgun, so you're, being on the sideline, you had to send people in with plays. So it was, it really, almost every team today, the quarterback has to execute and read the defenses, but most of them have help on the sidelines.
Now, you see that shotgun formation. You mentioned that. You see that a lot in the NFL, college, high school football. That was something that Coach Landry introduced because I think he felt that you had the ability to work that type of offense. Was that something that you embraced right away, the shotgun?
Well, Coach Landry was an engineer. Goals, he was an industrial engineer. So he was goals outstanding, reasonable, believable, achievable. They were measured. And so he said, hey, when we're on 3rd down and 2+ or even 3+, we throw the ball 98% of the time. So he got me out of practice. That was 1975, in the spring of '75. Got me out there and said, we're going to experiment. He had Ditka out there, and I think Reeves might have been there too. And we he said, let's see if we can maybe on third down use this shotgun and see how far you need to be back from the line of scrimmage. And sure enough, and he liked the idea that he actually allowed me to run. I mean, he didn't fire me or anything. That a combination of that was 75. We were the only team that did use shotgun, and we had you. You had a lot of major plays off the shotgun formation, including the Hail Mary.
Absolutely, and it was a play that. I mean, there's a formation that allowed you to get that ball sooner and read the defense a little quicker because you were back there already.
Right. And you're looking out, you can see better. That blind side's over here. You can see everything instead of being under the center when you go back like this. So it really was, I really liked the shotgun.
Yeah.
So.
It's amazing. You could take Tom Landry's offense right now and probably implement it in today's game. That's how innovative he was back then.
Yeah, he had the motions. He did. He was a defensive coach, and he knew the best thing for an offense to do would be to confuse the defense, because when he was a defensive coach, he wanted to have a formation he could see and say, okay, they run these plays from that formation. And so when he became a head coach, he said, offensively, we're going to really screw those guys up over there. We're going to have motions. We're going to alignment or go up and down so you can't see in the backfield.
Right.
He was really creative. He was a very creative football coach.
Yeah, he certainly was. And you took that lead, and our offense was very creative, innovative as well. That's why we averaged almost 30 points a game the 8 years you were as a quarterback that I was there with the Cowboys.
Yeah, well, Coach Landry came in about the mid-'60s. It started getting turned around. They had another great quarterback was Don Meredith. Don Meredith was fantastic and took the Cowboys into from the mid-'60s on to where we won 20. We had 20 winning seasons in a row,
right. Yeah.
And that'll never happen again.
No, unfortunately it won't. We hope and pray for that, but unfortunately not.
Well, for anybody, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
again.
not just the Cowboys.
No, not just the Cowboys.
But we want to talk some Cowboys when we get back, but also we're going to talk about what makes you a Hail Mary hero as well. We'll be back with more of Roger Staubach. My quarterback, right after this.